Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 31st through September 6th. We're going to see what's happening the weekend for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising with this lovely deck here. And then, my darlings, we're going to go ahead and pull an oracle message for you all from this lovely oracle deck here. Cancer, my darlings, you guys are super duper connected to the moon. And we've got a full moon happening early on in the week. So you guys can be very sensitive to moon energies. We're going to see what might be going on for you in those current energies in the week ahead. But if you are someone who's sensitive to moon energy, you could be feeling very emotional, very irritable. You might be doing a lot of clearing, cleansing, releasing, having a lot of memories of the past. As I began to do your reading, I did feel this massive wave of anxiety hit me. Like my heart just started like going really fast. So some of you might be feeling anxiety right now. That might be one of the ways in which your emotions might be heightened. If that is the case, my darlings, I give you a simple affirmation. Remind yourself, in this moment now, I'm okay. In this moment now, I'm not okay. And if something, in this moment now, I'm okay. In this moment, I'm okay. And if you're not okay in that moment, like something in that moment is seriously wrong, you know, ask your angels and guides to help you take the steps to get into a more stable moment. But you might have anxiety about the future, right? You might have anxiety. Oh, I got to get this done. I got to get that done. Oh my gosh, I got to come up with money for this. I got to come up for money for that. And just stop and take a deep breath and say, okay, in this moment, like this second, right now, this second, I'm okay. Sometimes that can really help to ground ourselves. But let's look at your cards. Your first card here is the Star. Okay, and this is a major arcana card. And this is very powerful energy, you guys. This is really powerful energy. This is major arcana. So the major arcana cards come up when we're coming into a new chapter or new period in our life. So these are not energies that are only going to last a week, right? Even though I'm doing the reading for the week ahead, things are happening and beginning to shift this week. But this is an energy that will be around for a while. And a beautiful message for the Star card is that the worst of it is behind you. You've gotten over the hard part, okay? And now you can begin planning, and now you can begin building. And what you're building, you're going to be able to see it through, to see it successful. I also feel that for some of you, again, this won't be for every single one of you, but I do feel that some of you are feeling a little stressed out and like you're feeling displaced. I feel like some of you found out that you're going to have to move all of a sudden, or you've recently moved and it might not be a move that you wanted to make, right? Or you didn't want to make it at this time. And you might be feeling really stressed out. And the Star card wants you to know that a lot of the things that are happening are things that are happening because they are being divinely guided. You're going to see at some point that this is actually a blessing, okay? I just heard dodged a bullet. Some of you dodged a bullet. You don't even realize it yet. But all these things will be more clear and revealed in the future. Okay, so some of you are going through some really big shifts. Some of you are having some curveballs thrown your way. And Spirit is saying, look, this is actually happening to bring you more of a sense of stability. If you guys remember, something came up in the weekly videos a while back where I was saying how Spirit kept showing me people like moving and like switching or trading spaces or trading places, like a bunch of people migrating, right? Or relocating in large groups. So some of you might already be in that energy. Okay, you might see a lot of changes happening to your home, or you might be leaving a place that felt like home. But ultimately, what is going to transpire for you in the long run is going to be fertile ground. It's going to be somewhere where real growth can happen, real stability can happen. And you're going to be able to make plans for the future. Okay, Star card also, like I said, it's like you're ready to be seen, you're ready to shine. Lots and lots of positive messages with the Star card. Your next card here, my darlings, is the Four of Swords. So this is time away, right? Time away. You might be feeling distance from certain people or situations, or you may be intentionally distancing yourself from people and situations. I feel some of you have found yourself in a very crowded situation, okay? I know a lot of people, depending on where you are right now, you might already be crowded. Certain places right now, we don't have a lot of places where we can go, and we're all just kind of having to stay in. So either for some of you, that's really starting to get to you, or those of you who have moved, maybe you had to move in with like roommates, or maybe you had to move in with family, and all of a sudden it's become kind of like a crowded situation. So Four of Swords is like you're taking a break. You are finding some way to create space for yourself, or even if it's just one little corner, or being awake when everybody else is asleep, and just kind of maybe like sitting in a chair or sitting on the couch and doing your meditation, doing your prayer, just enjoying the silence while other people are sleeping, or finding some place where you can just kind of go and disconnect from everyone and everything. When I see Four of Swords, it tells me that emotionally and mentally you've been through the ringer. You're processing a lot. You've been through a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process. But Four of Swords is like you're going to find the healing and the rejuvenation and the like recharging and refueling and re-strengthening yourself through your meditation and prayer. Okay? It's going to go a long way in helping you release what you've been feeling. Prayer can be a wonderful way to get things off your chest. And a lot of people don't realize that, right? Depending on what your religious upbringing was, a lot of religions teach us how to pray, and there's certain prayers, right? And they're beautiful. I'm not in any way taking away from that. I'm not saying that those memorized prayers are wrong. They're there for a reason, okay? And they help us. But people forget that you can pray in a free kind of way, right? Again, I hate to bring up the Bible, but it's coming up a lot, guys, because that's my roots. I learned how to read from a children's Bible. And the Bible talked about Abraham, right? Abraham was a very faithful man, and, he was a good man, and he was referred to as God's friend, right? That God considered Abraham his friend. And Abraham would talk to God. Abraham would go to God with his problems, with his gratitude, with his thankfulness, with his concerns. And he had an open dialogue with God in his prayers. He approached his prayers in a very sincere and heartfelt way. And you can do this also, Cancer. Okay, you can do this also. Some people say, I don't know how to pray. I don't know what to say. Just tell God how you're feeling. Just God, it's me, Cancer. I thank you for everything I have in the current moment. I thank you for everything you've done for me. I'm really heartbroken right now, or I'm really stressed out. I have a lot of anxiety right now, or I'm really worried about the future, and I'm worried about X, Y, and Z. Please, calm my heart. Please help me with this anxiety. Help me let go of the stress. Help me to have faith. I want to have faith. Those are all things that you can say. Okay, I'm just giving you examples, but have that dialogue with God. Okay, your next card here is Ace of Cups. And Ace of Cups makes me super duper happy, right? I'm always really excited for somebody when I'm reading for them and I see the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups in general has a very positive meaning because it's fulfillment, it's happiness, it's joy. It's all good things. It's emotional fulfillment. And it's actually also connected with home, actually, a new home. So, like I said, some of you are finding yourself having made a move or trying to create a sense of home with everything that's going on right now. Okay, but what makes me happy, the reason why I get super duper when I see Ace of Cups is, yes, it means a happy home life. Yes, it means fulfillment and, you know, opportunities and love and joy and all those wonderful things. But one thing I have noticed over the years reading for people, Ace of Cups seems to come up in my readings when someone is breaking out of karmic cycles that they've been dealing with for a really long time. So if you don't know what a karmic cycle is, just real quick, it's when we have the same mess happen to us again and again and again, right? We will end up in a job where we work our butt off and we're never appreciated and we're never compensated fairly, and we say, you know what, I've had enough of this, I'm done with this, and we go to another job and it's the same boss and it's the same situation, right? Again, even though it's a different place, even though our boss might be a different person, it's the same boss as the last place. Or, you know, I'm tired of my friends being, you know, very backstabbing. You know, they always gossip about me. And so you ditch those friends and you find some new friends and they're the exact same way, right? Or relationship, you know, no matter who you break up with, no matter what new relationship you start, it's the same type of person. Those are karmic cycles. When we're breaking out of the karmic cycle, we're awake, our eyes are open, and we finally see what the red flags are or what the warning signs are, how this type of person keeps fooling us, or, you know, what the red flags are to look out for. And we're like, you know what, universe, I see it now. I totally see it. I know what the red flags are. I know how I got pulled into this kind of situation last time. I'm sick of feeling this way and I'm done for it. I'm not falling for that again. I'm not doing that again. The universe says, awesome. You know, Cancer's awake now. Cancer no longer needs the pain and the agitation to wake them up. Now they're ready to learn their lessons through happiness, through joy, through bliss, through success, through support, through unconditional love. And your life begins to shift as a result. Okay, and so a lot of you are coming into this energy. I do want to say something to you guys, Cancer. And there's a lot I won't go into details because I'm not trying to stress people out or freak people out. I'm also very cautious what I say on this platform because I don't want to upset, you know, the internet gods. And I want to be able to continue, you know, sharing messages with you all. And so for that reason, you know, I will say this. There's a lot shifting right now. A lot of people are stressed out. A lot of people are scared. And we're going to see some scary stuff. We're going to see some really scary stuff around us. But ultimately, what is happening right now, it's coming down to every person themselves standing in their relationship with God, in their connection to the higher power, in their connection to living in a resolve of choosing love, not choosing fear, not making fear or anger-based decisions, and staying in the energy of love, staying in the positive frequency. And even though some of us might be cooped up for a while, and even though some of us might be in situations where it might not be a good idea to go outside, right? And that might continue. That might become a little bit more severe. But there's going to be a lot of beauty that's born from this, right? Bonding, being able to bond with the people that you might be with, right? Or even if you're by yourself and you don't have people that you're staying with, you know, discovering yourself, falling in love with yourself, you know, learning about things that are interested to you, being in your creativity, being in your relationship with God. There's a lot of beauty and happy things that can be born of this, right? Finding ways to keep busy, you know, talking, having conversations. I know for me growing up, sometimes we would go on these really long, you know, camping trips and stuff, and we didn't have electricity, and we didn't, you know, and, you know, of course, kids are going to argue and fight with their siblings, but we would always end up in like these late night conversations about like aliens and Bigfoot and mysteries and conspiracies. And, you know, it was just so, we would just get close talking about a lot of things that people might think is nuts, right? But, you know, guys, there's going to be bonding. There's going to be conversation. You know, you might like play old card games you haven't played in forever. You might come up with creative projects. You might laugh at silly little, like, you know, playing charades or things like that. Or begin learning about something that you get very excited and passionate about, or begin writing or journaling or whatever it might be. There will be beauty born of this. Okay? Your next card, my dears, is the Six of Cups. And Six of Cups is looking back at the past, right? So a lot of you are seeing how things are changing, and you're thinking back of the old ways, the old days, the old times, and you're feeling regret, and you're feeling maybe even some sadness of what's being left behind. But Six of Cups wants you to know that all things are occurring as they're meant to occur, and not to second guess your decisions and your choices so much, because sometimes we remember things better than they actually were, right? As time goes by, we forget the crappiness and we remember things better than they actually were, and we forget why we made certain choices or decisions. You made every decision you made for a reason, and you're exactly where you're meant to be in this present moment in time. And wherever you are meant to be down the road or in the future, Spirit is going to make that happen. Spirit is going to lead you and direct you. So don't doubt the decisions and the choices that you've made. Okay? Don't play that blame game. Stay in that Ace of Cups energy. So we're going to go ahead and pull your oracle message for the week. As always, I encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those may resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Alrighty, my dears. So the message that you guys have coming up is everlasting life. Ooh, I just got chills. Everlasting life. Now, whether you grew up in a religion that taught you that there was everlasting life, right? I know, for example, Jehovah's Witnesses believe that, right? That there's going to be a great tribulation and then Armageddon is going to come. And God is going to make the earth a paradise and then everybody's going to live forever, right? Like literally live forever. This is giving you confirmation that, you know, we all kind of have this desire to keep going, even when times are hard. Right? That, you know, like people get into self-preservation mode. People start stocking up on food and people start trying to do what they can to take care of themselves. Because even though we might be depressed sometimes, we have a drive to live. We have a desire to live, like to continue to go on. And so this card is letting us know that the spirit and the soul is eternal. Okay, whether you believe in an actual physical resurrection, or whether you believe that resurrection will occur in spirit, you know, there's going, like, you will continue. Okay, you are like this tree. You're not going anywhere. You will continue to be. Okay, and I feel in some ways that a lot of you are really wanting to leave a mark, right? I'm thinking about this really like sturdy, old, you know, ancient tree with like carvings in it, right? Like sometimes kids like, you know, carve a heart or something in the tree and they put their initials and true love forever, you know. Some of you are wanting to leave a mark. Some of you are wanting to leave behind a legacy. And I feel in the coming weeks and months, you may be working on something that is giving way to this legacy, to this way in which you're leaving a positive impact. You know, whether it's through children that you have raised and taught well, whether it's through your own creative projects or ideas or messages that you are sharing with others, or, you know, helping people the best that you can with what's in your ability. You're working on that legacy and living on in the physical realm in that way. Okay? So again, I encourage you to watch your moon, sun, and rising sign videos. I encourage you to check out the channeled angel messages for September if you haven't already. Those are linked in the description of the video. Love and romance readings are linked in the description of the video as well. And every single day on Instagram and Facebook, I post daily messages there, and I do a monthly giveaway for a free reading. So be sure to be on the social media as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Be well, my dears. Take care.